Zach, can you wish a happy birthday to a grade 6 in South Carolina? His name is Zane. It's his birthday today.
Zane, where are you?
There he is.
Happy birthday, Zane.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to Zane.
Director, writer, producer, and director of photography, Zack Snyder is best known for his groundbreaking approach to filmmaking, whether it be his astonishing visuals, his meticulous attention to detail, or his mesmerizing exploration of characters. And you're a masterful world builder. That was our Facebook group. People are welcome to join. That's where we schedule our interviews. Next week, we are meeting CBC's Tom Power with this show Q. And that's a big one in Canada. So wonderful to have you. Alexandre wants to welcome you. Alexandre.
Good morning. My name is Alexander, and I'm one of the founding members of Young Global Citizens. We are elementary, high school, and university level students who believe in a better planet, and we are learning how to become global leaders by conducting these interviews. We are honored to welcome a very special guest again today.
Cloverdale Catholic School. Okay, Clive, go ahead then.
Hello, my name is Matthew, and my question for you is, can you tell us about the important teachings you may have received from your family or other influential role models as you were growing up?
It was difficult because, you know, when you like have this love of the arts and of something that's not exactly in the, you know, my school didn't really have a filmmaking program or anything like that. I just kind of loved making movies and did it on my own, you know, in my spare time. And it became pretty all consuming. You know, when I was in high school, I'd try and make 2 movies a year, you know, 2 kind of big movies a year with my friends and stuff. And it cost, you know, it would just take a lot of my time. And my teachers didn't really understand necessarily that I was spending all this time, you know, working on my movies. And sometimes, you know, if it distracted me from my studies, you know, they weren't super understanding. I think now things have changed a bit. I hope anyway, that, you know, if someone shows this extreme passion for a subject, that they are encouraged. My mother was incredibly encouraging of my pursuit of filmmaking. And she was the one that brought me my first motion picture camera, my little Super 8 camera. And she was the one that really said, you know, she wanted me to like follow that passion that I had and really encouraged me to do whatever it took to realize that. And so she was really super influential in me just like really focusing on film. And she would take me to, you know, I loved Japanese cinema, and I loved, you know, weird little art films and stuff. And so when I was in high school, she would drive me into New York City and drop me off at different small art house movie theaters and let me, you know, go see these crazy movies that I couldn't see in Connecticut where I was growing up. So, yeah, I would say that family, if you have like a passion, you know, it's great that not 100% necessary, but it's helpful that you have champions to sort of, you know, stoke the fires of that passion.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Question number 2 is from France.
Allez-y les enfants.
Allez, go. Dear Mr. Snyder, you are a hero.
Well done.
That's
So I'm
good.
Fran Dulouchet. Hello.
Hello.
I would like to ask you a question, a special question. Go ahead, Marin, come here. Go ahead, you can ask your question.
What will you put in a time capsule?
What would you put in a time capsule, Mr. Snyder?
I think I would put in a time capsule. You mean right now of anything? Something of my own or just anything in the world?
Or something of your own. Something on your own.
Something of my own. I think I would put in my just my journals, like where I draw and where I you know, kind of work on my ideas and stuff, because I really do love to draw. I draw all the storyboards for the movies, and I'm very passionate with drawing and painting. And I think that if I took my journal and put it in the time capsule, it'd be interesting to take it out and see what I was thinking. I mean, of course, I have them on the shelf, but it would be a different experience if it was like lost and then regained again.
Thank you, Mr. Snyder. And we have an ending surprise at the end for you. Thank you.
Oh, great.
Say thank you, students.
Thank you.
Merci
Thank you,
beaucoup.
guys.
Thank you.
Okay, now I have a video from a student in New Zealand. So Zach, we're going around the world today.
Oh, wow.
And you-
Exciting.
It's nighttime in New Zealand, so they have to record it for you.
Hi, Mr. Snyder. My name is Reva, and I go to Mandarewa Intermediate in New Zealand. We want to ask about your unique film techniques. Do you think society is moving too rapidly, and that's why you enjoy using slow motion so much? Also, would you consider yourself more of an impressionist painter because of your flamboyant style and use of vivid colors, or a realist painter of society because of your attention to detail?
I think I'm more impressionist than realist. Though that's a cool question. Slow motion, I don't think the world is moving too fast necessarily. And slow motion, I like, I've always been a fan of sort of movement and the way people, the sort of poetry of movement. And I think that's probably why I like slow motion, because I just, the sort of, and also because I love comic books and maybe paintings, I'm always endeavoring to try and like make a frame out of like a moving moment. So slow motion allows you to kind of protract it into a singular composition, if that makes sense.
Thank you on behalf of our students in New Zealand. Next question. It's coming from America, the United States.
My name is Cynthia Texera, and I'm a French immersion teacher in South Carolina. Our students have been learning French since they were 6 years old. So this is like the first time they hear me speak English. So the question will be asked to you in French and in English. Questions will be asked in French and in English so that we can maintain our bilingualism.
Fantastic.
And je vous présente Kat.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Kat et je suis en 6e à Sullivan Ivy Middle School. Pouvez-vous nous parler de vos projets qui pourraient intéresser les jeunes et ou les professeurs dans le monde? On a vu que vous travaillez beaucoup avec Netflix en ce moment. Can you tell us about your upcoming projects that you think may be of interest to young people and teachers everywhere? We read that you were doing a lot of work with Netflix these days.
Yes, I'm working on, we just finished filming Rebel Moon, which we were shooting all this whole year. And now we're in post. So that's coming soon. And that's a fun, giant science fiction adventure that I think could be really enjoyable and fun for everybody to check out. So yeah, I am really excited for you guys to see that.
Thank you so much. Now merci. We have a teacher in Kyiv. So I was talking about we have students in Kyiv right now, and they have electricity, so they wanted to take the opportunity to join. And it's not easy for them, but we think it's incredible that they're here. So it's incredible. So these teachers are so brave, and they keep on teaching. Move ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, Mr. Snyder, if you could speak as a father to some of our students listening today about pushing forward and overcoming the obstacles of life, what would you say to them?
You know, I would say that for me, it's, sort of passion and, that if you follow your passion, it's one of the most important things, what you believe in and what you think is important and beautiful, like in no comparison, but making a movie is a really impossible undertaking, in the sense that you have to convince all these people that your idea is good. You have to write this script, and then you have to just on paper, you'd be like, I don't know, doesn't seem like a thing that's going to happen. But I think that bringing together of the like-minded people with a singular goal be a really powerful thing. And I think that to me, that's how a movie gets made. It's collaborative. You can't make it by yourself, really. And so once you've found all the people that have the sort of same passion, anything's possible.
Thank you, Ukraine. We think of you. And I have one of my students, Vivienne.
You and your children were always very involved with philanthropy. We want our teachers worldwide to check out charities such as Write-a-thon, the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, and Save the Children. Mr. Snyder, would you consider giving us some more of your time and financial support as we answer calls for help from our teachers in Ukraine, Malawi, and on Indigenous lands across this continent?
Of course. I have a huge passion for, of course, like you mentioned, AFSP, and we've done pretty much everything we do. We try and raise funds for mental health and suicide prevention. So, of course, I'm always interested in, whenever we can, lending our dedication to those endeavors. So yeah, whatever you need.
Thank you so much, Vivienne. Thank you, Zach. We're like a worldwide network of schools. Some of our schools are more well off. Some of our schools, they have nothing. They use it for teaching. So that's one way we are helping other schools in countries around the world. We're working with One Drop Foundation for water access for Indigenous people who have no clean water. We're trying. We're doing our share for the planet and for education. And now we go back to France, and we're going to close the interview. So,
students from France.
Bonjour, Mr. Snyder. Hello again.
I've been watching your camera move all around the room, so it's cool.
Okay, thank you. We have a last question for you. Our school partners with local hospitals. So students are going to ask you special questions for kids in hospitals. Go ahead, come here. Come here.
What would you like to tell kids in hospital to cheer them up, especially at Christmas?
Okay, she asked you, what would you like to tell kids in hospitals to cheer them up?
Oh, to cheer them up.
Yes, to cheer them up, especially at Christmas.
I wish I could be there, so I could, I'm a kind of my physical humor is probably better than my actual humor, whether it be pratfall or something. But I would say, we all think of them and that we would hope all the best for them.
Okay, thank you very much. And they have a surprise for you. Kids, stand up.
Hey, go.
Dear
Mr. Snyder, you are a hero!
Yes, you are really a role model for us. So thank you so much for having accepted the interview with Young Global Citizens. And thank you on behalf of all of us, Mr. Snyder. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Very inspiring.
Thank you.
I haven't seen that many Batmen for a while.
you have a final message, Zach? What do you want to say?
I guess I would just say that, when I was in school, one of my great teachers and mentors when I was in film school said to me, that the way you see the world, you in particular, you student, you person, the way you see the world is a thing. That's your gift. That's your gift. That's the thing. It's the way you see. And, people often ask me like, well, how do I want to make a movie. Like, how do I learn to do it? Like, what do I need to do to be a movie director or to be an artist? And I said that I always say, you have it, it's the way you see. That's your miracle. That's your gift. And so you just need to cultivate that any chance you can with your drawings or with your words. That's the way you see the world. And the way we experience the world through your eyes makes us understand how other people feel and make us empathetic. And I think that's, what I would say is as much as possible, tell us your stories, because that's how we connect with each other.
I've requested some of our teachers that we know to unmute, and they can say goodbye and thank you again. All the best. We will be watching. Say au revoir. Say goodbye, everyone. Thank you, Zack Snyder.
Goodbye.
Be loud. Guys, if you want to say bye, you need to be loud.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. Ciao.
Ciao.
Bum ba da dum bum bum ba da 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 bum 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 ba da bum ba da bum 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 bum.